Okay, so I'm a Drupal developer, and what Drupal is it's a content management system. It's open source. It's recently it made itself onto WhiteHouse.gov, which was a really big milestone for Drupal. And this was done by Phase 2 Technology. And they didn't do this alone. They did this with the Drupal community. So yes, they did the implementation, but they wouldn't have been able to do this without years of development together. So there's kind of just a little bit about open source because it's sometimes hard to understand the business model. Open source is a labor and expertise model, and where intellectual property is free, and it's kind of a community source where everybody works together. So what allowed people to what allowed Drupal to land on WhiteHouse.gov is the planets aligned, and the executive office of the president actually asked for Drupal. And that was for transparency and because Drupal was ready. Drupal is enterprise ready, meaning that it's scalable, it's secure, it's feature rich, and it's mature. So when the president asks for it, of course, he gets what he wants. So, and then, so like I said before, this isn't all up to Drupal. There was a lot of other knowledge that was available. So the knowledge about how to scale. So scaling hardware, but not only that, but scaling processes and scaling everything management. So Drupal's not just a content management system, it's also an application framework, and that's really what I use it for. As a developer, it allows me to build things quickly because I don't have to build from the bottom up. There's lots of stuff already ready for me to go. So a bunch of reasons why you might choose Drupal over another content management system. The development speed, because things are already there. I can build quickly. It's very flexible. I can map concepts to extensions or modules that exist. It's free. It's, and then number 4 there is the community, which is huge. You know, you need a community that is very giving and is going to share freely. If you just have a bunch of leeches, then it's not going to work. So the community is awesome. Some of the other things that made it work were some of the advanced features that are available. So like faceted search, which you've all experienced, which is, you know, you do a search on a recipe site and you search for chicken because you got chicken in the fridge, and then over on the side, once you see 1 billion chicken recipes, you get a choice to drill down on Italian, right? And that's faceted search. So this is my tagline on my email: open source, open access, open mind. And you know, when I picked up Drupal, this is about the same time I started with this tagline about 5 years ago. So this is Dries Beyer. He's the originator of Drupal. This is 10 years ago when he started. He started by writing some code in his dorm, and he wanted to share this with his friends. And he, you know, built it with some really great concepts. So this is the first Drupal conference 5 years ago, 40 attendees. And I just got back from DrupalCon San Francisco, and we had over 3,000. So it's gaining a lot of momentum really fast, a lot of really great people. So I'd like to talk a minute about the Drupal culture, because this is really the success story here and why it's good. So the sharing and collaboration between individuals who probably will never meet or only at DrupalCon meetings. And their ability to share and be passionate. And also the culture of self-organizing. So, you know, to just ad hoc create a group out of nowhere around a topic, you know, and just see who shows up. You know, one of the things they do at DrupalCon is they just make a room where you can just say you can just give a topic and see who shows up there, and probably someone will show up and you'll add a ad hoc conversation. And then the follow through. So other good things, Drupal was downloaded 230,000 times in March alone. That's a huge metric. Lots of people are downloading it, and even better yet is that there's 6,700 modules. So that's you know, you get Drupal core, and then you can extend it in so many ways, and it allows you to map your concepts against modules in a very quick way. So I can listen to a client and then figure out, you know, oh, I'll be using these modules to build that and do it quickly. That's a picture of everybody at DrupalCon, this last meeting. So even though Drupal is not the #1 CMS, it is gaining ridiculous traction. And here's a graph from Indeed.com of Drupal jobs. So this is the trend of Drupal jobs compared to the other top CMSs, which is Joomla. And I run the Iowa Drupal users group, so you're all welcome to come out. We meet the last Monday of every month, and it's free knowledge sharing of Drupal. Thanks.